I've had clients train with me for years, get genuinely strong, lifting weight they never thought they could, and still feel frustrated because the scale hasn't moved the way they want it. And if that's you, I want you to understand something. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are probably just missing one piece of the equation. I want to tell you exactly why that happens and what actually works, because it's probably not what you think. Strength training and fat loss are two different jobs. So think of your body like a car. Let me show you something. This is how your body actually burns calories throughout the course of a day. So this big slice here, that 70% number, that is your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. That's the calories your body burns just being alive, all day, even sitting still. That's your engine running. And that's the size of your engine. The bigger the engine you have, the more it runs and the more it burns all day long. Now, here's what most people get backwards. The biggest thing that determines how big that 70% is muscle. And what builds muscle? Strength training. Not cardio, not boot camp, not walking. And look at this little slice. Exercise itself. That's around 5%. That's what you burn during the workout. It's so small that I couldn't even fit the word exercise in that pie piece. So people think that the workout is all about like burning calories throughout the course of the hour. It's not. You're training to build an engine that burns all day. But here's the catch. You can build the biggest engine in the world, but you still can't put the wrong amount of fuel in it. Nutrition is the fuel. How much you put in decides whether you lose fat or not. So strength training builds the engine, nutrition is the fuel, and you need both. Now, why do you need both? Why not just diet? If you only diet, so you cut food, you don't strength train, the scale drops, but you lose a mix of fat and muscle. And losing that muscle, that shrinks your engine. So that will give you a slower metabolism, make it easier to regain all the weight, and now you can't even eat as much because your metabolism slowed down. That's the yo-yo. That's why people will lose weight and end up worse off a year later. Conversely, if you only lift weights but you never fix the fuel, you could build a great engine, get strong, feel good, but the fat stays because you're putting in more fuel than you're burning. And if you put in even more fuel than your body burns in a day, you'll actually gain fat. And honestly, if you put a gun to my head and made me pick just one, I'd pick strength training every time. Because when you first start strength training, you actually do see body composition changes. Like you lose a little fat, you build a little muscle at the same time, so you notice a difference. But that only takes you so far. But at least you're building the engine. So between setting somebody up to fail long term with dieting alone or focusing on building the engine first, I would build the engine first every single time if I had to choose only between the two. Dieting alone can make the scale move, but strength training changes the person. So picture it done right. And I love the example of a bikini competitor or a bodybuilder. So their strength training basically never changes, meaning they're always building muscle. They're always focused on building the engine. What changes is the fuel. In the off season, they eat more. They bulk up a little. They're not as lean because more fuel makes it easier to build muscle. And then to get lean, the exact same training methodology they perform, they just taper the food down. So it's the same engine the whole time. The fuel decides whether they're gaining or whether they're getting leaner. Here's the honest truth. If you're doing everything, you're training hard, you're showing up, and the fat still isn't coming off, it's not a mystery. It means you're taking in more fuel than your body is burning. Full stop. That's not a knock on you. It just means the fuel side hasn't been dialed in yet. Put simply, you're eating more than you think. And here's the thing I really want you to hear. If the fuel side hasn't been on track, don't feel like you've been failing, because this whole time you've been building an incredible engine. That work wasn't wasted. It's built, it's strong, and it's just sitting there waiting for you to dial in the fuel. You're not starting from zero. You're one piece away. And I want to be real with you because I'm genuinely empathetic to this part. The nutrition piece is the hard one. It's the one that happens when I'm not there, at your kitchen table, at the drive-thru, at 9 o'clock on the couch. I can write you the best program to build the engine, but I can't eat for you. That part's yours. And trust me, I get it. I've been a professional wrestler. I earned my pro card in natural bodybuilding. I know exactly what to do with my nutrition down to the detail. And you know what? It's still hard for me. So if it's hard for you, you're not weak and you're not failing. It's just genuinely hard. That's why the right support and staying consistent, not perfect, consistent, makes all the difference. So if you're doing everything right with your training and wondering why it's not clicking, this is probably why. And you don't need to start over. You need both pieces together. And that's exactly what we do at Fit House. And let me leave you with this topic for next week's video. Can you lose weight eating nothing but Twinkies? And I'm going to give you the answer right now. The answer is yes, you actually can, as long as you're not eating too many of them, as long as you're not putting in too much fuel. Because at the base level, fat loss comes down to how much fuel goes in. But it's a bad idea to eat nothing but Twinkies for a whole lot of reasons. Your health, your energy, your hunger, how you recover, how you hold and build muscle. And next week's video is going to explore this. And in doing so, it's going to answer a lot of questions that you've probably been wondering about. So we'll dig into it next week. Food for thought, pun intended. I hope you found value in this video.